Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Racha, Wadash. Double honor and salutations to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom to you brothers, you sincere brothers out here pushing this truth with fear and trembling. It's your brother Khalak Jim Messing Off West. Come back at you with a quick video. Been busy moving and whatnot, but the show still must go on. This truth ain't gonna stop for nobody. Still gotta do your job, Jake. You still gotta do your job. But nevertheless, I came across this article. Shein raises prices up to 377% in response to tariffs. Now, if you don't know what Shein is, it's a clothing company, basically. E-commerce, international clothing. You buy clothes from them. And we know that, about 97% here, I pulled it up. I Google searched how much of America's clothes come from China and other countries. And it says approximately 97% of clothing and shoes sold in America are imported. 97. We don't make anything here. It says with the majority coming from Asia, China is the largest supplier, followed by Vietnam and Bangladesh. Domestically produced clothing and shoes accounted for just 3% of its market. So only 3% of American clothes are actually made here in America. Everything else is imported out, and you just saw that it's going to be 377% upcrease. And pretty much buying clothes, shoes, and whatnot. It says detailed breakdown. China, a significant portion of the U.S. apparel imports comes in from China, according to the U.S. International Trade Commission. In 2023, China accounted for about 20% of U.S. apparel imports by value and 26% by quantity. And we know, what did China just come out with, saying how they cheaply make these expensive Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, Christian Dior, all of these name brand, big name household handbags and clothes and shoes and whatnot is all made for pennies. It's all made for cheap, but they bring it over here to the Americas and sell it for so much, and that's why it says in Revelation how they're gonna be sad because they can't sell anything here. These other countries are going, when America get destroyed and taken out, they're gonna be sad that they can't sell or do business here. I believe that's in the 18th chapter of Revelation. We're not gonna go there, but these other nations are gonna be in awe because they can't make their money here, because this place is heavily consumed. It's a consumer's place. And Jake at the forefront. Jake is always spending all the money that he got, for nothing. Instead of saving and trying to come up with a plan to say, so to speak. And we, at the end of the day, we put our trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But at least you're somewhat trying. 555 call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kakadash. At least you're trying to show, like, hey, at least I'm trying to get it together here. But nevertheless, Jake is a heavy consumer in the Americas. So Jake be buying up all of that shit, even though it's overpriced and ain't worth nothing. You see the shelves is about to go empty as well. And as a matter of fact, spelled that right, but shells. Whoa, bitch! You can't drive. Look you dead in your eyes. Salakia. That bitch, what you falling asleep? Empty shelves. Yeah, empty shelves is coming to the forefront too. Here, let's see what Fortune got to say. Retail brace for empty shelves as U.S. ports decline, or imports decline. Yeah, we just was about to get into this article. You know, Shein raises prices up to 377% in response to tariffs. It says Shein has increased the prices of several products in response to pending tariffs. You know, this trade war that's going on, man. And we warned you about this trade war and how things are going to be increased. You know, going back and forth, China, you know, knowing they need to make money here. You know, but at the same time, they like, we don't, you know, the Lord is putting the spirit on them to say, you know, the hell to this backbiting, this fighting back and forth, you know, between the nations. Because what? If Satan come against himself, you know, how could he stand? Paraphrasing. It says, as Bloomberg News reported, most of those U.S. price hikes are by the e-commercial retailer happened Friday, April 25th, with some increasing markedly higher in Pacific categories. Data compiled by the news outlet shows that the average price of the top 100 items in the beauty and health category rose about 51% from Thursday, with the prices of several products more than doubling. Home and kitchen products and toys rose by an average of 30%, led by a whopping 377% increase in the price of a 10-piece kitchen towel set. Jeez. You know, this is going to hit the consumer. You know, the American person, the American people. You know, these plagues. This is a plague. Higher prices, knowing that you ain't getting paid higher at your job. You know, you're working for pennies on crumbs. You know, this is going to hurt the consumer, the average, the middle class consumer of America. As a matter of fact, let's get some scripts. Second Edges, 6. Slovakia.
Second Edges 6 and 22. Second Edges 6 and 22 has suddenly showed that some places appear unseen and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Yeah, these storehouses gonna be found empty because we're not importing anything. The shelves are going empty. A famine is coming. You know, not only a famine of food and bread and water, but a famine of the word as well. Cause this place is through, man. This place been through. Heavenly Father to really unleash on this place, but we know what it's all doing. This is Ecclesiastes 12. I'll start at the top. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy Creator and thy days of thy youth. What the evil days come not, nor the years draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in it. You remember that the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shah, when these days are not evil. These days no evil has really came upon a land 333 called Yahweh Shemel Shah. Hey, remember who your Creator in your youth, while you're young, while you still got the chance to call on the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, while you still have the chance to repent and return back to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. Renew your mind. Get Babylon the Great out of your mind. This place is not gonna surprisingly bounce back. This place is slated for a heavy destruction. It's slated for nuclear destruction. We rejoice over that. Rejoice, O heavens. Verse 2 says, what a sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars, be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Yeah, because they ain't gonna be no what? They ain't gonna be no working Babylon the Great. I think Isaiah's telling